start off by tuning the guitar because I haven't done that in a bit. Okay, haven't done that in a while. I'm gonna start off with the normal like chord changes and stuff, and then after that I can do this. I think after that I'll watch a couple of Justin videos and then practice that song again. So yeah, maybe a longer day today, maybe just like a 40-minute one. I was still practicing C to D, right? I believe. Okay. Okay, let's try with the metronome. That sounded pretty good. And we'll get to D minor. Okay, we were at 65 yesterday. Let's see if we can just pick up there. Let's turn that up a bit more. Okay, I'm doing pretty good. I kind of struggle going back to C like I always do, but that's pretty good. We'll try again and then we can see if we can bump it up to 70. Let's try bumping it up to 70, then I'll call it good. Oops, I fucked that up. I started on the wrong beat. Okay. Now I think there's one more. I'll go back to 54, 55. Is C to D minor, which if I remember correctly was not that hard. Let's jump straight up to 65. I think I can do 65 just right away. Oh right, I'm doing a different one. Okay, okay. Keep forgetting. Okay, okay, come on, come on. Let's try 70 because I am fucking up a little bit, but once I get it, it doesn't do too bad. Okay, I think that's pretty good, to be honest. Practice one more time, then I watch the Justin video. I could honestly probably go a little faster on that one, but that's all we'll do. Actually, not, fuck it, we'll go to 75. Pretty sure I can do that. I kept accidentally bumping that volume knob with my pinky. But anyways, that's good for that. And I think I said after that I wanted to see what's up with a couple Justin videos, so we'll check that out. Let me just double check everything's still good. Alright.
And here, welcome to lesson 6 of my beginner guitar course. We got some pretty fun stuff coming up today. We're going to check out how to play a G chord. And it's a chord that I really struggled with when I was learning guitar, but I've got like a great cheat that makes it loads easier and it sounds better. So I'm sure many of you are going to love doing that. We're going to have a little bit of a look at alternate picking as well and explain a little bit about picking mechanics. It's not something we're going to use straight away because actually we don't have a riff this week because we've got so much other stuff going on as well. We're going to have a look at a thing called time signatures, which is a really kind of one of those things that beginners might find a little bit confusing, but I'm hoping I'm going to be able to clarify exactly what it is. And we're going to check out playing in 6/8 time, which is a slightly different feel to the sort of strumming that we've been looking at so far. It feels a little different, and kind of people think of it as a waltz time. That's not strictly correct, but that's the kind of thing that we're looking at. We're going to learn what the names of the notes are on the open strings. I'm going to talk a little bit about forcing your chord changes, which is also really important, particularly for people who aren't using my beginner song course app, because it becomes it's an easy thing to kind of let slide if you're not playing along with somebody else or something else. And then we've got a whole bunch of awesome songs to check out for this week. So let's get cracking.
Let's go, Justin. Beginner alternate picking. What does that mean?
Hey, how you doing, Justin?
Oh, what the fuck? That one's loud.
Back with you for a look at alternate picking for beginners. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the kind of the mechanics here. The general idea, though, for your practice this week is just going to be having a go at doing some alternate picking. There's not a lot more purpose than that at this point. We're going to be using it straight away when we get into the next grade of beginner's course material. The picking individual strings and alternate picking is going to become a bit more of a deal. So I just want you to kind of get aware of it and have a little bit of a go at alternate picking. Alternate picking meaning playing down and up picks on individual strings. Okay, so using the down motion and the up motion. So let's do most of this in a close-up. So when we're picking individual strings, the angle of the pick and the way that it moves around the strings becomes a lot more important than it is for strumming. And this is what I want you to have a little experiment with this week. So we've already talked about the angle of the pick. If the pick is too flat onto the string, it kind of jerks over, particularly if you try and play one string like that. It just catches all the time. It's really, really cumbersome. A little angle of the pick there straight away will help the pick glide over the string. So that's the first thing I want you to try, is just go from a flat pick where it's exactly square on the strings, and then I want you to angle the pick against the string and notice that the way the pick just glides over the string a lot easier. You'll probably find you can move it a lot faster and a lot easier with it at an angle. If I go back to it being flat, you can see straight away it kind of catches on things. So you really want that little bit there.
Jeez, you're loud,
like
bro.
This, right? That's silly, but you know, just 20 degrees or something like that is enough to get a nice feeling. Note that I'm kind of revealing a bit more pick than I might usually do. Usually the pick will be a lot further snuggled into my thumb, but just so that you can see the pick clearly, I'm kind of holding it back a little bit. You wouldn't normally want that much pick showing. Now, the other part of this movement that I think is worth learning, even at this very early beginner stage, is that if you go down and up like this, kind of directly parallel to the strings, it can make string crossing a lot more difficult later on. So I'd recommend that as well as the pick being at an angle, you're also going in with the down pick and out. And when I say in, I mean in toward the guitar and then out, away from the strings.
Okay.
So not exactly, it's kind of more like maybe a 45-degree angle. But if you get into this habit of it going in and out, it's kind of complicated to explain to you guys right now why that's so useful and so important. But if you're going to practice picking, rather than just practicing it with the angle like that, so you can see now the plane is going this way.
I never thought about it.
I want you to think about it being in and out. The pick is still at an angle. So the exercise for you this week is literally having a go at alternate picking. That's all I want you to do. It's nothing more complicated than that. There's no riff, there's no design, there's no particular amount of picks on each string or anything like that. I just want you to have a go at alternate picking. Try and get the feeling of the angle of the pick. Do try picking it flat, feeling how it kind of catches on the string, then angle it. And if you can, try and get used to this in and out motion as well. And just try it on the different strings. See what you can do. Now, picking is a really interesting thing because lots of people pick different ways, and I mean like the best of the best players. There's not really one way. The thing I'm trying to show you, I guess the proper term is called downward pick slanting. I think it's a phrase coined by a guy called Troy Grady, who runs a website called Cracking the Code, which is like a whole website dedicated to guitar picking. It's quite incredible and definitely worth a look if you've got a bit of spare time between practice sessions to go and have a look. He teaches you how to play like really super fast things, not something that beginner guitar players should be concerned with. But this approach of having the pick at an angle and this in and out motion with the pick, I think is a really great thing. Probably the best generally accepted way of picking well and picking fast. Even if you don't want to be a fast guitar player, I think it's the best approach. There are others that might not be bad, and that's kind of, again, part of what I want you to figure out a little bit. Like, what feels comfortable for you? Does it help if you anchor your little finger, if the little finger's touching on the guitar? Do you feel like it's more of an up and down thing with the wrist, or do you feel like it's a little bit more turny? Because none of the approaches are wrong at this point. I just want you to have a little bit of an experiment.
Okay, good video, I guess. Oh shit, new chord time, I think maybe.
Hey, how
Probably,
you doing?
maybe.
Justin here. Today we're going to check out how to play a G chord, and not just any old G chord. I'm going to teach you the G chord I wish people had taught me when I was first learning guitar as a little kid, because I struggled with G, man. I used to, I had to look for songs that didn't have G in it because I just couldn't deal with it. I couldn't change to it. It was too stretchy. My fingers just wouldn't get along with it. And what I've discovered over the years is the way that I actually really play it nearly all of the time isn't the way that people teach it, and that doesn't seem to make sense to me. So I'm going to show you the proper traditional one as well, just because I think it's worth you knowing it. But the two-finger version that I'm going to teach you, I think, is the one that all beginner guitar players should be starting off with, and only learn the traditional one later on if you find a reason for it. And that, if you find a reason for it, is pretty important. So let's have a little look at our G chord. Now, this is the G chord I'm going to teach you. It just involves two fingers. The second finger playing the third fret of the thicker string. That finger will also mute the fifth string. Now, you probably wouldn't be able to not mute it unless if you really angle your second fingers up like this with your hand, you might be able to get that fifth string open. But for most people, if you put your second finger on the third fret of the thicker string, that second finger is naturally going to lean over a little bit and mute the fifth string, and that's good. That's actually what we want, okay? Then we've got an open fourth string, open third string, open second string, and third finger is going down. It's going to have to be quite on the tip there on the third fret of the thinner string. So just those two. Now I'm pointing my first finger out of the way. I wouldn't normally do that. It would normally just kind of hang around. But I want you to kind of see that it's just those two fingers. Okay, of course they want to be both right up next to the frets if you can. That's how you do it. Now, the traditional G, the one that you'll find in 9 out of 10 books, also includes the first finger down here in the second fret of the fifth string. So you get this. And it's a good sounding G chord. It's the way G chord's been played for a long, long time. But for me, this part of the chord is quite muddy, especially in rock guitar. That's a note that you definitely don't want. But
does it sound majorly different? Hold on, here's it like this. Okay, and then now like this. It sounds like the exact same, yeah. Okay, yeah. I guess I'll just listen to Justin. I don't know.
Even for acoustic guitar, I think that this sounds a little bit muddy compared to, you hear this one's sort of nice and crisp. If I add that note in, it's got a bit too much weight in the bottom end to make like the low sounds. Is the finger off? Is the finger off? For me it's just...
I'm guessing you have to have more trained ears to be able to tell that. But I can't
a little bit
really
muddy.
hear a
It works
difference,
okay in this environment where the guitar is nice and clean. We're not using any distortion. And like I said, it kind of works okay on acoustic guitar as well to have that first finger down, but I just don't think it's as good. And it's a lot harder to change to. If you're doing C to G, which is a really, really common chord sequence, to get that first finger all of the way to there, and then second finger has to be kind of up far, high enough over to get that note there underneath the first finger. It's pretty tricky. It's makes it for a really difficult chord change. And if you just restrict it to those two fingers, there's still a bit of a jump from C to G, but it's a lot easier. And especially to D chord, again, first finger just has to lift off, and it really is so much simpler, and I think better sounding as well. If you want to learn the one with your first finger down as well, there are times where that chord might sound better. Okay, it's still a G chord. It doesn't change the name or anything. It's just one of the low notes is doubled. So this note, the open second string is the note B, and this note here with the first finger is also a note B. So we've still got all the same notes. The G, B, and D notes are all still present in the chord. We're just muting that one in that lower register, and I think that's a better choice for beginners most of the time.
Okay.
Now, when you go through to do your practice, I want you to make sure that you're muting that fifth string. So you start with your hand off for the chord perfect exercise. You're going to put the fingers down, strum, pick the notes out one at a time, making sure the 5th string is muted, okay? If it's ringing out, that means that you're using too much of the tip of your 2nd finger there. So you want to lay that 2nd finger
do hear
back
that
down
difference.
just a little bit. So that one's muted. If it's laying down too flat, you're going to mute all of the other strings too. So it does still need to be kind of up, but you want the C string to be open, G to be open, B to be open. If the B is muted, it's almost certainly going to be the tip of that 3rd finger sitting up a little high. Okay, so make sure that the 3rd finger is nice on point and not touching the B string. Otherwise, I don't think you're going to have too much trouble with this chord. It's the 2-finger version is way easier than I was anticipating, because I always, G chord, well, that's the scary one. I was in my left-handed adventure. I knew that G chord was coming, and I was a bit, this is going to be a bit tricky. But you know what? It wasn't anywhere near as bad.
Listen, man, I'll just listen to Justin. I don't care. Why not? I'll do the easy one. I'll look at the next video, and that'll probably be the last video I watch for the day before I practice. I'm kind of worried about it though. It has a scary name.
Hey, how you doing? Justin
Time
here. Today
signature.
we're going to have a chat about time signatures. Now, a time signature
Oh
is
fuck!
the way
It's just
that
a long ass video of him
we
talking. Oh god.
describe the feeling of the beat
What's up, man?
in a bar.
What's up, Cordy?
Up to this point, everything's been in 4/4. So all of our strumming patterns have had 4 beats in the bar. So we've had like 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, and 3, and 4, or 1, 2, and 3.
Yes,
and
I know.
4,
I'm aware.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All of this stuff has 4 beats in the bar. We really feel that beat 1 really strong. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we always got that count of 4. But there are other grooves. You can have a different number of beats in the bar. You could have 5 or 7 beats in the bar. Those things are a little bit more complicated and are not used very often. However, there's one that is really useful for beginners to learn about, and it's called 6/8 time. And it has 6 beats in the bar, but 2 strong pulses. So even though you feel it, kind of, some people describe it as a waltz time, and that's not true. A waltz is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 1,
Sure.
2, 3.
Sure, that's what a waltz is. Okay.
I'm sure you've heard of that kind of, or experienced that feeling
Of course,
in music
yeah.
before. This
Who hasn't?
waltz feel, which is very much a group of
course.
3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, 6/8 is a little bit similar in that it's based on these groups of 3. But we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1 is still the strongest, but beat 4 is kind of strong as well. And it's important to realize that there's kind of 2 groups of 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, the easiest way to get familiar with the sound of 6/8 time is to listen to some songs that are in 6/8 time. So some songs that you might want to check out. There's one called This Year's Love by David Gray, which is a beautiful example of 6/8 time. Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. That's another one that's got the finger picking part going on, but that's in 6/8.
Okay, we're good.
Fade Into You by Mazzy Star. Nothing Else Matters by Metallica. Very, very popular one that's got that 6/8 feel going on. Manic Depression by Jimi Hendrix. It's a little bit more complicated to feel the 6/8, but that's still in 6/8. And Kiss from a Rose by Seal as well is in 6/8. So that's a nice. Again, it's not quite as obvious the feeling of 6, but if you count along with those songs in 6, you'll start to get a feeling for how it's working, and that can be a really valuable thing. Literally just listening to a song and going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
I think one of those songs I practice is in
4, 5,
6/8
6, or 1,
or whatever the fuck it's called.
5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1.
I know I strum like that.
4,
So
5, 6. So trying to get a count along with the original recordings will really help you discover the time signature. It's by far the best way to do it. Again, just listening to some of those examples. I'll put some more examples over on the website page as well. But just listening to the songs through and trying to count the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, realizing that the beat 1 and the beat 4 are a little stronger. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's really an important part of it. Now, if you're learning a strumming pattern, which is what we're going to do as well, we're going to check out the strumming pattern in 6. When you're practicing the strumming pattern, you want to be thinking 6 down strums to the bar. Okay, because you can have an and between each one as well. So if you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and. You can add in ands as well, just like we did with our regular 4/4 strumming, where we had 4 down strums and we could put an up on the and. We can do the same thing with 6/8. In fact, it really sounds good to do that.
Why is it called 6/8?
So a good way to get started with this is to put a metronome on. A good speed, maybe as a starting point, would be something like 130 beats per minute. And if you press play on that,
check out my app for a metronome watch.
Got that nice little click. That would be all of the down strums. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay,
6.
sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And literally play along like that. Think about the time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2.
Should I be doing this?
4, 5, 6.
So I guess I should.
If you can, you could get into accenting a little harder on the 1 and the 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That
The one I
really
know goes
thing,
1,
just
2,
to get
and
used
3.
to the feeling of playing in 6/8. When you're doing some practice on the strumming, and if you watch my left-handed ones, you'll see that actually I'm only putting 2 clicks to the bar. So I chose to set it at 60, because for me, figuring out the subdivisions is fairly easy. But I thought, as actually, in hindsight, I should have been teaching, playing it the way that I want you guys to do it, which is to play the down strums with every click there. It is a lot easier to learn it that way. So don't watch my lefty video and go, oh, you're doing it a different way. That's the reason is because for me, figuring out dividing the beat by 3 is relatively simple. For most of you, you might not find that so easy. So in the next lesson, I'm going to go through a specific 6/8 strumming pattern for you to learn. But most important thing is to go and listen to some. This isn't on your practice routine, so this is going to be something you have to do in your free time. Just find a bunch of songs in 6/8, listen to them as much as you
that's it.
can.
I thought
Really
this
get
video was
the
longer.
feeling of the 6/8 in your ears, and try and count along with the music, because that's the strongest way to make a connection between things that you know and the music that you listen to.
Yeah. Okay, so I think a good song to practice now instead of the one I've been doing is the Alicia Keys song, which I'm pretty sure. Why is it called 6/8, by the way? It's just 6, I don't know. But the strumming pattern for that one is you go 1, 2, 3, no, 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm pretty sure it's this one. I haven't practiced it in a while, but ew. Let me just slow down a little bit. I'm tripping. Okay, I'll practice this song for like, I don't know, a couple minutes, because I've already practiced it a bunch. The only part of this song I can never get was the finger picking, which is kind of irrelevant to what I learned today, but it's still fun. Wait, why does that sound weird? Oh, okay, that's why it sounds weird. I'll just practice the strumming really good. I think that'll help. Okay, I know what I'm doing wrong. I know it sounds weird. I'm only supposed to do it for 1 bar. That's why that sounds weird. That's fun. That's a fun little guy. Let me see how fast I can take it. I guess I can't take it that fast. Okay. My original plan was not to watch the next video, but it seems like the next one sort of continues off of this one, so I can learn some new strumming patterns. Would that count? So I'll just watch. This will be the last video I watch. Last video I watch.
Look at a really, really nice 6/8 strumming pattern. It's definitely one that you should be working on if you're going to learn any songs in 6/8. So let's start by going through basic 6/8 time, where we're going to be strumming a down strum on every beat. So we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Accenting the 1 and the 4 if you can. 1,
sure, bro.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big, small, small. Big, small, small, big, small, small, big, small, small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the pattern that we're going to check out is missing beat 2 and beat 5. You end up with this.
Oh.
1, 2, and 3.
Oh,
4,
this is the one I've been doing. No, it's
6.
not. No, it's not.
1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can see that my hand is moving continuously still. So the actual movement between just doing all down strums, doing this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hasn't changed.
Messing me up, Justin.
I'm just missing beat 2 and putting an and after it. 2 and 3, 4, 5.
Fuck. I'm going to shoot myself in a game. I don't know why it's so hard. It's just like the other one. I don't know why I can't get it. I'm gonna kill myself. You know me, right? Yeah, doing a little wrong. Yeah, let's do it again.
2 and 3, 4, 5, and 6. Down, up, down, down, up, down. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Oh fuck! I don't know
Now,
I'm fucking up.
this is likely to take you a little bit of practice. It's going to feel a little bit awkward the first couple of times that you try it, so you really want to be.
Not to me, baby. Okay, maybe a little bit. Let's just watch the rest then.
1, 2, and 3. That's the key thing here is the missing the down strum on beat 2 and on beat 5. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Shut up.
If you've done your training properly and up until this point you've concentrated on keeping your hand moving continuously all the time, you probably won't find this strumming pattern too much of a struggle. It'll just feel a little bit weird because it's different. It's not harder. Again, practicing it really slowly is important, but you will find there will be a point where, almost like riding a bike, we're going that little bit faster, like 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Whatever does it.
3, 4, 5, and 6. That kind of feels easier because it's that little bit faster. Again, if you add in some extra strums, if your hand keeps moving, it's okay. Particularly with this one, adding an up after beat 6 can sound real nice to have 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 5, 6, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 1. you really can get a bit experimental here if you want. The key thing is to learn this one basic strumming pattern, get used to playing in 6/8, maybe
Okay.
learn a tune or two that is in 6/8 as well, so you've got to put into practice. But remember that you kind of free to experiment with the pattern, the same as we did with the 4/4 time. You can more or less put the strumming where you like, so long as you keep your hand moving.
Okay, I think that's good practice for today, is to be able to do this guy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me go slower. I'm gonna shoot myself. Okay, go. This is so weird. I don't know why I'm struggling so much. Fuck. For some reason, if I think about it in my head, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if I go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, for whatever reason, that works better. Okay. Ah! This is the hardest challenge I've had so far. This is crazy. So it goes 1, skip that one, up, 3, skip that one, 4, skip that one, 5, 6. Okay, that was all wrong, but it was 1 and 3, 4 and 6. Why does it feel like it's so much longer on the 4? Come on. 1, 3, 4, 6, 1. Ah! 1 and 3, 4 and 6, 1 and 1 and 3, 4 and 6. Okay, now put it together. This is so weird. I never struggled so hard with something yet. I guess this is the first one. Okay. Up, 2, up, 3. Fuck. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1. Okay, counting it out helps a lot. I don't know why. Counting it out is goated. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and oh no, fuck, I fucked it. It's alright, I'm getting there. Progress. It's like watching an AI learn. 1, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 1, 2, and oh fuck. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. I don't, for some reason my brain always wants to skip 4. 1, and 1, and 1, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 1, 2. No! Okay, getting better. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 1, and 2. I'm gonna kill myself. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 1. Oh, let's go. What's up, donkey? You're the lurker. I'm having a hard time with this. You missed, or I mean, if you were here, you saw Justin. He still hasn't changed. When Justin changes clothes, we celebrate. Fuck, I can't get the timing of this for some reason. Come on. 1 and okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. No. Okay. Okay. Did you get shot yesterday? No. Unfortunately, I'm still here to struggle with this fucking strumming pattern. It's actually like complete, almost empty. So I think that's scaring most people off. Oh, Pat. Yeah, no, Justin is still in his blue sweater, but he's over for today. Unfortunately for you. I know you love your Justin content. The next one also has a sweater. You can see the thumbnail here. That's funny. 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. No, yeah. That's a great sweater. Okay, I think that's enough practicing that for today. I think to finish it off, I might practice the song. Yeah, I won't start with the, no, I'll just practice G some more, because I learned a new chord. This one. I'll just practice getting there. Would be the easiest, like E probably. Oops. Wait. Yeah. That's gonna be a hard one to do chord changes to, because it's so far from everything. Let's try that pattern I just tried to learn. Fuck. did that. Okay, better than earlier. Progress since I started. Fuck it, we'll run Get Lucky just once, just to not get sloppy on it. It's already 8:45, just for a couple minutes. That's it. Oops. Forgot a whole ass finger there, ass. Oh fuck, I forgot to strum it. Cool. Let's try that again. My fingers sort of, whenever I go back around on the notes, my fingers get messy and shit. They just stumble over each other. No, I can't believe I fucked that up. That's crazy. Fuck no, I forgot to stretch my fingers beforehand, but now I'm gonna have to stretch my fingers at the end. So, I mean, there's that. I got stiff fingers today. Ooh. Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've never gone. Yes. I mean, might as well just stretch them. You know what I mean? But yeah, I've never gone 2 full loops without fucking something up. But a few days ago, I was able to go 1 loop. So you gotta look at the bright side. Okay. I don't know why, I just forgot which note I was supposed to play. No! I got them though. I got 2. That's all we can ask for. Dude, you know what's so funny? I think I'm ending today. But you know what's so funny, Donkey? I was just watching to the right, and there was like 3 viewers. And then when they stopped watching, my follower count went down. So someone who followed me was like tuned in, and they said ew, and just left, which is so fucking funny. But anyways, I think that's where I'm gonna end it for today. I did some good amount of practicing. Tomorrow, let's see how many Justin videos are left, because this little module thing, Imajiggy, has the shortest amount of videos. Yeah, there's only a couple like 3-minute videos left. So tomorrow I'll probably just watch the rest. And fuck. Yeah. So thanks for watching. I actually don't have to pee today, so I can't say I'm gonna go piss, but go piss for me. Yeah, I don't need them anyway. Fuck them. We don't need them here, but also, that's so funny though. They're like, who's this? And then they tune in, they're like, nah, I don't want to watch that no more. But yeah. See you tomorrow. Oh wait, tomorrow's the weekend. You never know with the weekend. I don't have like a schedule. I'm gonna try tomorrow to get on. If not, then see you whenever. Peace.